Welcome to So Well Spoken. This is episode 30. I'm Moris. With me is Angelus.
Hello.
This is our third attempt now to record this episode. If anyone who's listening for the first time or first couple of times and you're not aware, we do this bi-weekly. So this should be up on April 10th sometime. And then our next one should be April 24th. If we don't run into any more problems and we lose this one too. Slavin isn't here. I don't know. I think we agreed that he was somewhere with comics, something to do with comics. He's probably
Black
locked
Panther
in a comic book store.
I mean, Black Panther came out, so yeah, he's not going to be around.
And then Dreams is lost in the virtual world with his Vive.
Should never get that dude money, I swear.
So it's just me and Angelus. This is we should probably keep this one short because we've been trying for a bit now. And I kind of left you hanging for like that first hour. So I'm sure you want to focus 100% of your concentration on that Marvel game you got.
Hey man, game's rough, man. Game is tough.
Your favorite, Iggy Azalea.
Yeah.
She's had a hard time since we last talked.
I mean, her whole life is basically having a hard time, man. Nick
Her
Young cheated on her.
Yeah, her fiance got recorded by D'Angelo Russell, the Laker player, recorded Nick Young confessing to cheating on her. I think it was like on his birthday.
Yeah.
And then I randomly came across an article that she owes the government like $400,000.
Damn, for what?
For back taxes. She just wasn't paying her taxes. She was on that Wesley theory.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I can't even begin to feel bad for the damn girl, though.
And then she popped up on Twitter saying that it's a non-story and she's on a payment plan. Like, wait. I was like, wait. Hold on.
You're on a payment plan?
Like, I know that's what people with money do. Instead of paying a lump sum, they'll pay like a monthly sum.
Yes.
But this is owed. Like, this has been due. This is from 2014.
I don't think she has the money. That's why she's on the payment plan. But okay.
Yeah. Like, she hasn't really done anything, and the music she's been releasing is like fizzled out.
This might be it for old Iggy. That
Iggy
team
might be done.
Solo that just came out. Single, I mean, sorry. I don't think that's doing her any favors either, so this might be it.
With the way the world is now, where everyone's connected and every underground artist has a SoundCloud page, it's kind of crazy that when you're given a huge budget with a ton of money that's what she did with the first album, was just pay people to make music for her.
I mean, she should call Rihanna, Drake, and Future. Get some hits with them.
I mean, even Drake is smart enough to...
I don't think Drake would fuck with that.
Yeah, he wouldn't do that. But like, Drake mentors quote unquote young artists, which basically means he gets young artists to ghostwrite hooks for him.
I don't know, man. That story that they put out about Drake basically having like a pop concentration camp.
Yeah, he has a hook sweatshop somewhere.
He just grabs a bunch of young Toronto talent, throws them in a tent, and tells them to make hits. I was like, damn, dude, Drake is crazy.
Yeah, if Iggy's $400,000 in debt and she's not worried about it, then she could afford to just find some young R&B artist to do something with her.
But she probably won't do that, because she probably has it in her head that she's a hit maker herself.
I mean, how delusional would you have to be to think that you're the one who's making these records sell?
I mean, they were on Iggy's album. So maybe in her head, that's enough to prove that she is the hit maker.
Like, even DJ Khaled's not that stupid. Like, he knows why people listen to the stuff he's involved with, and it's not because he's screaming on the intros.
I mean, hey man, Iggy, she really thinks she's the hotness, man. I mean, with her new single, didn't she do the hook herself?
I haven't heard it.
I've only heard a little bit, and that was enough. I was just like, I'm all right. But I mean, maybe she can go on that world tour that she had to quote unquote cancel because it wasn't up to her creative level, as she said.
Because creatively, she needs people to show up, I would guess.
I mean, the two artists that were supposed to go on tour with her dropped out, The Weeknd and Tinashe. They were like, yeah. This seems like a bad idea to go.
That's a terrible bill. I would not go see that. Because she was headlining that one too, wouldn't she?
Iggy, yeah.
Who goes to that? Who the fuck would go to that? And we're like, yeah, I'm gonna go see Tanashi, and then Weekend comes on, and who's gonna stay in that building to watch Iggy?
I don't know. I mean, and it wasn't like Rita Ora or what's the other girl's name? Charlie XCX was gonna be there, so it was gonna be Iggy singing the hooks to the songs that they made for her, and it was gonna be terrible.
She really should have just gone on tour with those two girls.
Really should have, man.
And then they open for her and then come out and do those songs with her.
She should have gone on tour with them, make a new album with them, make a damn girl, make a girl group with them, basically.
Handcuff herself to them. Don't give those
Cheetah
girls a
Girls
choice.
Part 2 and shit. And then everything would have been golden. But now, you know, she thinks that she's a superstar. And she's like, I'm going to prove all of you wrong on my second album. That shit's going to come out. It's going to flop.
I can't wait to pirate that album. I know there's going to be some classic one-liners on there.
I'm not even going to do that. I'm not even going to fucking touch that shit with my Spotify account. I'll wait till I see that shit on YouTube. I'm like, oh. Damn shame how her career went down. Got to do better.
All right, so January was National Mentoring Month.
Yep.
February was Black History Month.
Great month.
And March was Women's History Month.
Another great month.
Ah, there you go. The first time around, you weren't so enthusiastic about women's history.
Just playing the video game, man.
And speaking of Women's History Month, within Women's History Month, there was the Black Girls Rock event.
Yes.
Hosted by BET, where one Hillary Rodham Clinton showed up.
Yeah.
And sucked all the air out the building.
Yeah. That was pretty... Yeah.
It has not been a good time for white women in general, it seems, since we last recorded.
I mean, it took 300 years, but they're finally taking an L.
So Hillary goes on stage and just gets side-eyed by the entire audience.
Yeah.
And then her husband is out there campaigning on
boy.
her behalf and gets into it with the Black Lives Matter protester.
This fuckboy. And everybody and their mom was like, fucking Bill Clinton was the first black president. Like, get the fuck out. Bill Clinton, he just mastered the art of like basically pandering to fucking both black culture and racist white people. You know what I mean? Like, he'd appear on Arsenio Hall's show playing the saxophone. He'd show up at a black church singing. And then at the same time, he's letting people know, hey, don't worry, I'm going to be really tough on these black people. And it works. Sad to say.
Yep. And that's about it. He really did. He's tried to appeal in the way that Hillary has tried, but he's charismatic enough where it's believable, where he's actually like looking out and he's going to do right by the black constituent. But his record shows when he was in office that he was really shitty to the black community.
Yeah.
He went down doubly hard on the war on drugs.
Yep.
After he had the power to not do that. That was completely his choice. And that's it. Like, I don't, because she's suffering the same kind of controversy where she was very supportive of the policies he was making in office. And she, it was pretty obvious at the time that she wanted a political career in the future, because she was speaking out on politics as a first lady in ways that first ladies usually don't.
Yeah.
And she was co-signing all this fucked up shit he was doing. And now that she's running for a major office, she has to answer for these things that he said, and he's still saying fucked up shit.
I imagine they get in a fight a lot when they go back home.
Yeah, this seems like the worst.
Yeah,
You'll be better off if Bill never gave a speech.
Yeah, like she's sitting here trying to like fucking attract the black vote, going out, meeting people in person, and then she got her fucking husband like saying all this shit. She's like, motherfucker, like you are ruining my chances.
Like, just go on Ellen with me and smile like a good first lady. Because
like, know your damn place. Like, you are not running for president. I am. You are fucking this up for me.
Oh, and he was so proud of himself the way he was talking on stage about it too.
Yeah,
it was fucked up.
I'm telling you, man. I never liked Bill Clinton the way other people did, man. I was just like, this motherfucker just plays the saxophone. Y'all motherfuckers call this dude the first black president. Get out. And that's not how this shit works. Damn, sun's going down over there where you live, fam.
Oh, you hear
it? Yeah. Ambulance, police, Jesus.
I mean, I don't want to make it sound like I live in the hood or nothing.
I don't know, fam.
But that seems, I mean, it's Saturday night. So, I mean, it's to be expected. You hear a couple.
I don't know. That shit sounds like more than a couple, fam.
Shit happens. It's the weekend.
So I'm trying to acquire this book. Because I don't like buying books, but I like to read.
You're trying to acquire a book. Okay, don't incriminate yourself. Go on.
Yeah, never mind.
Oh, you're going to complain about Kick-Ass Torrent's interface?
It's just, it could be so much better.
All right, so slant.com, which is spelled SLAENT.com. We give away, what was the first giveaway? XCOM 2. We gave a copy of XCOM 2 away in January. And we, in the time between the last podcast and this podcast, we announced and gave away a copy of Dark Souls 3. I can't remember these fucking games. Of Dark Souls 3. Angelus, you did not win.
It's a damn shame.
Maybe next time. There's a lot of entries this time, so I mean, your odds were real good for the first one, and you didn't enter.
I mean, let's not bring up the past, you know.
But by the time this goes up, that the person who was selected, who I can't mention yet, should have their copy already.
It would be pretty dope if he was like, "Hey, man, I don't want it. Give it to Angelus." Well, I appreciate it, man.
I'll give him that option when I'm contacting him. Like, instead of taking this game for yourself, you could just give it to Angelus.
Just saying, man. You know, we're doing this podcast thing. It's the least you can do.
Oh, I wanted to mention for people, because I get like Twitter interactions every now and then where people are asking like where the new episode is or shit like that. We do this bi-weekly. It's every other Sunday. So if like a week goes by and we haven't put an episode, it's because we're not scheduled to put up an episode. Like, this episode should go up on the 10th, and our next one should be April 24th. Because we explained in the past that it's too difficult to do a weekly podcast. And respect to those people who do multiple podcasts a week. I don't know how the fuck you even... It's too much. We try to do it weekly at one point, and
yeah,
it just takes so much fucking time. Like, even like showing up to do this and then talking for a couple hours, but then I also have to take it and edit it and then like put it up everywhere, and that takes even more time. And I was just like, what? This is like a fucking job, like, for real. And I was getting upset.
I mean, that's why I don't understand. Like, black guy who tips, he does that shit every fucking week, man. Every day, I mean.
Yeah, he does that shit daily. So goddamn, I respect that.
Yeah.
That is a lot. Like I can't hold up a conversation for that long.
Yeah. I can't even think of shit to talk about like that.
It's fucking hard. Like when we try to do it weekly, when we had topics, I think we had like 2 things to talk about, and then it was dead silent. We're like, maybe we shouldn't do this once a week.
We just kept retreading the same shit over and over again too.
Yeah, so now there's a more variety of topics now when we give ourselves more time.
And speaking of, I actually got a DM from there's 2 females from our who wanted to speak on the last podcast that we did, which is pretty cool. I deleted one on accident, didn't mean to. Fucking iPhone app. Anyways, let me see if I can find it. Let me log in real quick.
Oh, did we say something stupid?
No, she was actually saying that was dope. That she wanted us to expand on it, but all right. So let me see if I can find it. Fuck, I got login again. I don't know why this shit keeps forgetting my login. All right, there. Okay, so she was saying, "Hey, been reading listening to your podcast, and I think it's pretty dope. I especially like the episodes in which you guys speak on Black women and what they go through, even if that perspective is from Black men. Your very latest episode was really enlightening to me. I go through my own battles with men being romantic towards me, mostly because I feel that 9 times out of 10, they're only doing that for one thing, and that is sex. And once they get that, then they will no longer be interested in me. But I have to remember that not every guy's like that. Unfortunately, I have the tendency to attract the same type of guy over and over again. And the ones I do want don't want me, and the ones that want me I don't really want, but it's better than nothing, right? ? LOL. She says, but however, with that stated, your podcast has given me renewed faith to continue on, and it makes me feel good to hear that there are Black men out there speaking about Black women in positive light. Thank you so much. So we got that.
That's good. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. But no, like if you're listening, it's really dope that, you're taking something good from it, which is why we do these things. I really can't give you much advice on it. It's just something that I overheard these kids saying that one day. But yeah, unfortunately, most guys are. I wouldn't say most. Fuck it, yeah, most. God damn it. Most guys are unfortunately after one thing, and that thing being sex. It sucks, I know, and I don't really have anything I can tell you that's going to make that better in particular. I mean, if you meet a guy, I don't know how to really say this, but honestly, if you meet a guy who you feel like is going to be, for lack of a better word, different than the other ones, he might not be your type, but I mean, what's the worst that can happen, I mean, 9 out of 10, like you said, 9 out of 10 are after one thing. Maybe this one guy is the one who's not after it. He might not be the perfect match for you, but at least he respects you enough to see you as a woman and not as a sexual object. So that's got to be worth something. But yeah, we'll continue to talk about those kind of subjects from time to time, and hopefully there are more women out there who listen to our podcast and take away something from it. Or if they have something that they would like to say, you guys can always shoot us a DM at our Twitter handles. I don't know what they are at this moment, but
they're all listed on the So Well Spoken Twitter
go.
account in the bio. So you could just go to SWS Podcast.
What he said. But yeah, I mean, we appreciate the words. It's super dope. Thanks. See, man, we're making waves slowly. Now if we can get our boy Tristan Walker on, that'd be pretty dope.
We're over here with no bevel. We're bevel-less.
Maybe he's doing it on purpose, man. He's giving us bevels so we can't talk to women. Our face is too fucked up. It's pretty fucked up, Tristan.
But yeah, that's really cool because early on, the really early episodes, it was really just us talking and fucking around. So to hear someone take something positive out of this that's really cool.
I definitely agree with that. Especially Like, not to say that if a black dude took something out of it, I would be less enthused, but it's super dope to see a black woman take something good out of it. So that's pretty dope. I mean, Tristan Walker, man, women love us. Just saying. Could give us a bevel or 8.
We just need that bevel, Tristan.
That's all we really need, man. Like, we're just young young men trying to invent something here, damn it. Come on, Tristan, man.
We'll change your name to the Bevel Cast.
There you go.
We'll be the Bevel Cast.
Call me Bevel Angelus, man. I'll be whatever you need me to be, fam. Just help us out. How about some young people of color, man? Damn. I don't want to have to ask Bernie Sanders supporters for help, man. Shit. Yo, man, your people are wild, dude. Your Bernie Sanders supporters are wild as shit.
You talking about that BuzzFeed video?
That too, but no. Hold on, I gotta find the story on it. This is ridiculous. It's something about like Sanders supporters are like harassing super delegates. Like, what the fuck? Hold on, it's an NPR link. Dude, it's so fucking crazy. They're like
via mail or
both via mail, email, they're getting their phone numbers and everything.
Damn.
Yeah, so one of the super delegates is a woman named Inslee.
I don't like how this is going already.
Yeah, I don't know her first name, but she's been called names, she's been harassed, and one of them she said to one of them, she says, maybe you should do some soul searching and have some integrity and think about the decisions you're making and its implication. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Bernie bro responded back, how dare you vote against your own interests as an African-American woman? I expected you to be smarter than that.
Damn.
Yeah. That's the thing right there with the supporters. That's why I can't. Just can't.
Fuck, man.
Hold on, let me link it to you. It's yeah.
Because on one hand, I respect people because the electoral system's real fucking stupid and fucked up in America.
Yeah.
So on one hand, I'm like, that's cool that you're reaching out to these people who are obviously aligned with one side of this election that the majority or a good amount of people aren't, and you're trying to change their mind or push them to be more representative of you. But then there's the part where you're being super condescending and an asshole. Like I can't. The whole messaging of Bernie Bros is disgusting.
Yep.
Super delegate hit list.
It doesn't even sound positive. It sounds horrible as hell.
Oh, they got a spreadsheet with everyone's. Oh man, I hate the selection process.
Boy, it's gonna get so wild on the 19th.
I've been okay with Hillary running as the Democratic nomination. I was okay with it for a long time.
Like I said, man, I'm voting for whoever the fucking wins. Whoever wins the Democratic nomination, I'm voting for them. That's all there is to it for me.
All right, so the butters. Why have you been hiding the butters?
I mean, cocoa butter's always been there, man. Y'all just white people, you just gotta walk down the black aisle. That's all it is.
There's a video of a white woman who is raising a biracial kid who went on what I wouldn't call it a tirade. She uploaded a video to YouTube asking why black people were hiding the butters. And to be, I guess you gotta explain that it's shea and cocoa butter she's referring to.
Yeah.
Black people, I am so mad at you right now. And let me tell you why. You have been hiding the butters from us. Okay? You don't, outright hide the butters, but you just don't communicate how wonderful the butters are. And when I say the butters, I mean the cocoa butters, the shea butters, stuff like that. Once you have tried the cocoa butter, lotion is not the business, okay? Lotion is more like flavored water putting on your skin. The butters is where it's at. Black people, you've been using the butters for years. And you have white people just not knowing about the butters. We've been going to like Bath and Body Works and stuff like that and getting all these nice flavors, and they smell good, don't get me wrong, but it's not as good for the skin. Black people, I know that you got some other secrets and you're just not telling us. I'm going to need you to give those up, okay? Because there are a lot of white people, me being one of them, that has had a mixed child. You already know that we can't do their hair, okay? That's why there's a lot of little mixed babies running around with effed up hair, just looking a hot mess. But then on top of that, they got ashy skin. We've been putting lotion all over their skin. My baby was so ashy for years that I was not afraid for him to be kidnapped, because I knew we could just follow the trail of ash and find him. Okay, I'm going to need you to tell all the white people about the butters. PSA, white people, get you some cocoa butter, some shea butter, something like that, because the black people are not telling us. And black people, I need you to give up the other secrets that you have, because I just discovered the butters not too long ago, a few months ago, and I'm really pissed off that I'm 34 and just now knowing about the butters. What other things are you hiding from us? You need to tell me now.
They're very good for your skin, help retain moisture, and help keep you looking young. It does a much better job of that than those fucking lotions you like to put on yourselves. Those various lotions that you get from Bath and Body Works, it's basically water with scents in them. Like, you should really stop using them. They do nothing for you. And get on the cocoa butter, because that's the reason why black people look forever young and shit. And all that and our melanin. So one of those you can't reproduce.
Yeah, you can't get melanin, but you can go down the store and buy some cocoa butter.
Yeah.
And I was telling you when we tried to record this earlier that I like the smell of cocoa butter because it smells good. It's just I don't want to smell like cocoa butter all the time.
Yeah, as I said, man, I got got some moisturizer for my hair. It smells like coconuts. I put so much in that. I put so much in my hair because it smells so good, and I fucking hate coconuts with a passion. But no, white people, you gotta put cocoa butter on your skin, and you gotta fucking use sunscreen. It's very important.
So I need Tristan Walker to open up a line of communication with us so we could create a scentless cocoa butter. I need to get in the labs in there at the Bevel Lab and make I don't know what it will take to have white people start using cocoa butter.
Call it. Oh, that'd be easy. Just get one of the Kardashians to start using it.
Not a bad idea.
It's all it ever takes. I mean, braids and everything else is in fashion now because of them.
We'll call it Kardashian butter.
Hell no.
It'll be a hit.
Fuck no. So let's not go that far. But I mean, cocoa butter, sunblock, you'll live. Your skin will forever thank you.
What other secrets is Black America hiding from white America?
We drink a lot of water. Even though we can't swim. Even though we can't swim, we drink a lot of water. Helps retain moisture in the skin.
I was gonna say washcloths. that seems to be something that white people don't really do.
I don't know how white people wash themselves.
I've been in a few white homes and a few black homes, And there's always, I've never seen in the hallway closet the spot for the washcloths.
Yeah, that's shady as fuck.
I'm not like searching. It's just like I would be over at a friend's house for long enough.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying that's shady as fuck that there's no washcloths.
Oh, I thought you were trying to make it seem like I'm like going through their house looking for shit.
I can't trust somebody who doesn't have a washcloth in their house. How else do you wash yourself?
I mean, I will say until like a few years ago, I didn't. Not even years, like maybe like a year ago, I was not using washcloths.
What the fuck do y'all use?
No, like you would use like those exfoliating bullshits. You know what I'm talking about? Like you've seen them in commercials and shit. And like they do all right, like to exfoliate like your face, kinda.
Whoa. Wait, so you're using this like body exfoliants on your face? That's bad, man.
I have no idea. Like I don't know its purpose. It's just like that those shits they use in the commercials, that in those white made commercials.
There's so much wrong with everything you're telling me. Jesus.
Yeah, so I would use that, and it wasn't.
But how though? Like with what? With your hands? You talking about liquid exfoliant or like
no,
those...
no, like those like plush looking like
ball
loofah thing. Yeah, those things.
Those things don't work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you use those, and it just doesn't. It's not nearly as good.
White people are weird. Okay, well, I've never known.
I mean, I'll take that out too, because I was doing that like most of my life. Because like the white people on TV did that shit. That's
holy fuck. No, like no, we use washcloths. Like, yeah, nobody uses a loofah in black families. The shits don't work, man. But one thing that
they really don't.
They don't. But like another thing that I tell people that they should not be doing, you shouldn't wash your face with your washcloth either. It's not good for your face. It's not good for your face for multiple reasons. But no, like a lot of people, white people especially, I don't like black women don't do this nearly as much as like white people do. But like when you're doing skincare in your face, you don't use your body wash. You use something that was made for the face. I see so many white people do that. I'm just like, why? You just fucking shit up.
So that's another tip, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're a white person listening.
I mean, yeah, like there is face wash for the face and then there's face wash for the body. And if you're using the face shit, you don't use that little those fucking exfoliating beads in the fucking face wash. That shit doesn't work. That shit's just a waste of time. Like, you just get a good face wash like CeraVe foam, facial foam. Go to work on that. Get a nice toner, and then go for a AHA or BHA type exfoliant, liquid exfoliant, then put on your sunblock. That's it.
I'm sure there's some bevel equivalent to all that shit you're saying.
I mean, it really depends on the skin type too, man, because you got like dry skin, you got oily, you got combination. It's a whole science, man. Shit's crazy. Or you could just watch American Psycho, pick up Patrick Bateman's monologue about how he washes his face and takes care of it, and do that. It's actually bad for you, but don't do that. But if you want to, the thing is though, like white people, like they go extra with their skincare. Like they get shit that's not needed. Like they be putting like lemon juice on their face and shit. And I've never understood why, because it's bad for you. Like it's a basic science thing. It's actually really bad for you, but they do it anyway. And it's like, all right, word. You continue to do that to your face.
How you're saying, when we tried to record this earlier, you were saying how this white people not using cocoa butter or shea butter may be a byproduct of segregating the beauty products.
Yeah. I believe so, man. Like when I go to the store, like to Target or like to Walmart to grab some cocoa butter, it's always in the black aisle. And I never see white people in that aisle, ever. They avoid that shit like the plague. Like, you know how sometimes people, they'll walk down the aisle trying to find something, then they'll go to the next aisle and keep looking without really paying attention where they are?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen white people go down like one aisle, make that turn, notice they're in the black aisle, and then just ignore completely and go to the next aisle over. It's just like, damn. Don't be scared of the black aisle. It's got some good shit in there. I mean, granted, you know, the product design's pretty horrible. It got some good shit in there, damn it. Embrace it. I mean, but yeah, man, cocoa butter, shea butter, those are the big two. A washcloth is number 3, because that loofah shit is whack.
Years of my life using that thing.
I have never used a loofah. Yeah. Honestly, though, I didn't even know what the fuck a loofah was. And so I was like, I don't know how old I was, but I was watching The Real World. That's how long ago it was. And one of the characters in there complained that one of the characters used the other person's loofah. So I was like, what the fuck is a loofah? And I went to look it up. I was like, oh, never heard of this before.
Yeah, I fucked up because Angelus told me a time when we should meet up to record this, and I didn't take into account that he was on the East Coast. So I thought he meant 10 p.m. my time. which my girlfriend pointed out to me that was 1 a.m. And I was like, I don't know how he lives his life. Maybe he's available at 1 a.m. And then I thought about it more as I was driving home, and I was like, I'm pretty sure you're right about that. And that he meant East time.
Yeah, I definitely meant Eastern. Because I got on, I was like, where the fuck is Moris, man? 10:30 came around, I was like, are you serious?
Yeah, it's my fault.
And I hit Dreams up. He's like, so where's Moris? I was like, well, it was his birthday yesterday, so he's probably wilding the fuck out right now. If he's not here in 10 minutes, you can go to sleep.
It was my birthday yesterday, so if anyone's listening wants to send me anything, I'll put my Amazon wish list up somewhere.
Ain't nobody gonna send you shit.
I don't want my heart broken by receiving nothing, and I'll just assume that someone would have got me something and not put it up. Yeah, I'll feel better that way.
The big 2-7.
Too old for this. I need to stop podcasting soon. We've been I've been podcasting for like 3 years, over 3 years, because you and Slavin joined this thing soon after, maybe like a few months after.
Yep.
So it's about 3 years for all of us.
Yep. DY.
I mean, if you look at our episode count and you see 30 and you're like, how the fuck were you podcasting for 3 years? Stop lying. We weren't that consistent early.
Hell no, we weren't.
We were very inconsistent. I think we once went 6 months or something like that without doing an episode.
Some struggle ass shit.
Yeah, so 30 episodes in 3+ years.
Really, though, we might as well just restart the counter and be like, this is episode 5.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes me feel better that it's 30 instead of 7.
One day someone's going to like DM us like, where the fuck are the other 20-something episodes at? Like, look, we got a convoluted way of counting. Don't question
You just have
us.
to trust us that we did them.
Yeah. You guys are better off by not hearing them. They were really bad.
Yeah.
Audio quality was ridiculously horrible.
Yeah, we weren't taking it that serious.
I kind of was, though, actually.
I should have been, in retrospect, with all the fucking time I was investing in it.
I was very serious about podcasting. And then, I don't know, I guess you guys fucking rubbed off on me. I kind of stopped fucking around, stopped giving a fuck. It's just like, yeah, we'll do this for fun, whatever.
Oh, man. Oh, so on Think Progress, they put out an article by Alan Pike about how government highways destroyed black communities, and it was really interesting.
Yeah, it was some fuckery that went down with that.
Yeah, one of the examples they gave was St. Louis, where they had a middle class city of Kinloch, Missouri.
Yes.
Near the international airport they had out there. And they had a plan to expand the airport. And it was supposed to increase the profits by hundreds of millions. And so they constructed new runways. And these runways were basically where the neighborhoods were. The longest standing black city in Missouri at the time, I think, which meant it had a lot of black owned businesses in a very basically it was a community. Like people had lived there their whole lives, and their parents' parents type situation. And then once they bought out and removed these neighborhoods, the population went from 4,000 residents to below 300. And a lot of these people who were kicked out essentially of their homes and of their community, they ended up moving to Ferguson, which was in the news a lot recently. Mm-hmm. And like the cherry on top of this bullshit that makes it even worse was that a lot of that runway space goes unused because they overexpanded. So they planned this shit out, they built it, they kicked the people out, and then they didn't even have the increase in customers to justify the space. So that black community was just dismantled and torn apart for profits that didn't end up existing.
Yeah, that's a common thing throughout America during shit. It's still a thing, really, but just not as bad anymore. But unfortunately, when people point out these historical facts, people tend to plug their ears and go, la, 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 la. Stop complaining, which is annoying as shit.
If you're interested, I would encourage everyone to go check out this article. The author is Alan Pike. It's on Think Progress. The title of it is Top Infrastructure Official Explains How America Used Highways to Destroy Black Neighborhoods. The maps are pretty informative too. The one that they showed there was a neighborhood in Charlotte called Brooklyn that was a pretty prominent black community. It is where a major part of Charlotte is now. And at the time, it was predominantly black. And they cite a newspaper that was published in 1912 where a journalist or someone wrote that the land that Brooklyn was occupying was far too valuable to be left to African Americans because it was in the heart of Charlotte.
I can believe that statement was said.
They wrote, in fact, that far-sighted men believe that eventually this section, because of its proximity to the center of the city, must sooner rather than later be utilized by the white population.
Yeah, definitely sounds like some shit somebody would say.
And this was accomplished by highways, where they dissected the city up with highways, and they practiced redlining, which is the denying of services and things such as that based on race. So when local people were at the point in their lives to buy homes, they were denied loans.
Like, I cannot remember. I got to find the website or at least the article, but there was this site that collected a bunch of aerial photos of different black neighborhoods before and after the expansion of the highway system. And like, it becomes, blatantly obvious what the fuck they were doing, and they knew that they were doing it. And like, there were like, I want to say 50, 60 photos before and afters throughout the years. And it's fucking crazy, like how many communities were like just basically fucked up and decimated because of it.
Yeah, one of the things that the article points out with these highway constructions for people to understand is that in these neighborhoods where it was in these black neighborhoods where it was a mesh of middle and lower class people that were all interacting with one another, that these highways would draw a line basically through the city that would segregate almost by class, because it was like predominantly black neighborhoods that they were doing this to. And then they would keep black residents from staying in the more upper class part of the city. And so you would keep the interaction from the poor and the middle class. So the sense of community gets like destroyed almost immediately, because now instead of going through that part of town, or you just take the highway straight past it. And those kind of like day-to-day interactions that help people understand and empathize with their neighbors, they don't happen anymore because you don't see those people anymore.
And like, and a completely not really related, but it's like a tangent. Like those highways and shit, like they're not really maintained that well. Like they're shit. Well, I mean, America's infrastructure in general is shit because we don't ever care. Well, we don't care about it until the shit breaks down. It's kind of like healthcare, really. It's almost exactly the same. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, I really hate when I hear like, you know, you bring these kind of things up with people, not in order to like shit on them. Like, hey, you know, here's a white guilt trip, you know, because you can do that about anything really. But like, just more so to educate people on how the past affects the present. And I hate when you're trying to do that and what you get told back is just basically get over it. It makes me want to stab people in the throat, but it's like, I can't do that legally. So I just got to chill. I'm like, okay, cool.
This kind of government sanctioned, like, I don't know, bullshit.
Yeah.
It's well documented. Like, it's not hard. There's books. There's a lot of books. There's lots of studies on redlining and blockbusting, where it shows how the government found loopholes in the system to, I mean, more or less just destroy black neighborhoods. And that's like the short and long of it. Like, it sounds evil. Like, who would ever do such a thing? And that, I mean, there's kind of an innocence to that mindset that some white people have, where they're like kind of in disbelief that anyone would ever want to do something like that.
Yeah, sorry. I really thought you were saying there was innocence to doing it.
No. Like the naivety
of
that, like, I don't believe that. Who would do such thing? But it's a well documented, real thing.
Unfortunately.
And it's the kind of shit that like the Bernie Bros need to fucking read.
I definitely agree with that.
Because it's not. This clearly demonstrates how classism and shit like that is terrible. And I mean, it existed in these neighborhoods, and these neighborhoods were fine with these shades of classism in their day-to-day life. But when they were targeted as a race, it destroyed both the upper and lower class neighborhoods. Like the government didn't give a shit what they paid in taxes, you know. They didn't care what school they went to. They were a part of this neighborhood, and they were a certain race, and they had to get out of there. They couldn't afford to see a black neighborhood do well.
Well, that's for damn sure. Neither the government or people living in America couldn't stand that.
I shouldn't have saved that for last.
Yeah, that was pretty heavy and dark. Thanks, Moris. Cheered me right the fuck up. There was something I was going to say, but I honestly forgot the subject.
We need something to close it out, something lighter than this.
Oh, Black Girls Rock and Hillary Clinton.
Oh, okay.
Dude, that shit was crazy as hell. Like, I watched the entire Black Girls Rock thing because I thought it was dope. It was just really funny watching Hillary Clinton come out there and like the entire atmosphere changed for the night. It was just like this like there was a moment, like, it's all over Twitter, like there was this part where like the camera pans behind her and it shows all of the black women looking at her like, what the fuck is this chick talking about?
Yeah, I saw that screen cap.
Yeah, I was like, oh fuck. Like it was weird because it's like she was talking about, you know, I'm almost positive at some point she said we.
We as black women.
Yeah, she was talking about black women and she said we. And like, I think that was the pivotal moment where like the entire atmosphere changed. And but at the same time, obviously nobody was like, you know, you're not one of us. But, you know, like you could see them look at her like, did she just say that, you know?
What is she doing?
Yeah. But like I respect that she went on that and said those things because God, I got to word this correctly. I'm not good at expressing myself, number one. like black women as a group, like they are the most shitted on group in America, like unequivocally. Like they get so much shit from everybody, unfortunately, even black men. So, you know, like the whole black black girls rock thing has been super cool just to shine light on black women. But like, I think the reason why a lot of them had that look in their face was because, you know, I don't want to say it's because Hillary Clinton's white.
Oh, you could say that. I think that's definitely part of it because, like,
that's
it's their night, you know. It's like this is our night. Like we're supposed to be celebrating one another, and then here comes Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, because like honestly, when I listened to her talk, I felt that she took she had great intentions, but when she was speaking, it honestly just felt like she was shifting the narrative from, you know, empowering black women to empowering women, but basically white women. Like, because you know how like the mainstream feminist movement isn't really like intersexual, not intersexual, but doesn't really intersect with black women that much. So like when she was up there talking about those things, I like, and this is just me, so I'm not trying to speak for anybody else, but I felt that she shifted that narrative from a black feminist moment to a more mainstream moment. And it was just really weird to watch it. But that wasn't all that she was speaking on. Like she did speak on like the problems that face the black community as a whole. But it was just really weird how she went about it. But at the end of the day, respect is a heavy word to use. I can't use admire either. That's pretty big too. I don't have the word to really describe how I feel, but
you don't hate.
I am indifferent towards Hillary Clinton getting up there and actually engaging with the black community. That's something that Bernie has not been doing much, if at all. I'm not sure if he has or not. I don't follow Bernie. But that's one reason why, you know, black people are voting for Clinton's, because despite the fact that Bill ain't shit and he's like the worst fucker ever, like at least she goes, fuck.
It's both of them. That's what both of them did. They
yeah,
like you said earlier, they both like come out to the events and they try to act like they know what's going on.
Yeah,
and then they go and they
literally just thought about that as I was speaking. I was like, oh fuck, she's doing it too. Mm-hmm. So never mind everything I just said. Fuck it. Just vote for the lesser of two evils. Vote whoever wins the fucking nomination. Fucking hate this country so much.
One thing that I saw that people were pointing out was that this was the first time Hillary was at a Black Girls Rock event.
Yeah. She definitely was not there last year.
And I think that's something she probably should have acknowledged, because it does come off as pandering.
Yeah.
And she has a bad time. Like, she doesn't do a great job when, I mean, every politician panders. That's just part of the job.
She just takes it to a new fucking level.
That she does.
Shit. Oh my God.
She does it just so unapologetically.
Dabbing. I'm just like your abuela. I was like, oh my God, please murder me right now. Like she's, oh fuck.
Yeah, she's trying real hard. Like, she's gonna come out on a hoverboard next year with a Dookie gold chain, dabbing on everyone. Like, Hillary, someone needs to get in Hillary's ear and tell her that just stop.
Seriously, like, dude, I honestly don't know which is worse, her coming out to the Black Girls Rock event or the Abuela thing. Like, I seriously don't know which one was worse to me, because like that was pretty bad. Because they tried to make that a hashtag, and I was just like, "Oh my fucking God!"
Yeah, that was weak. When she tried to compare herself to like, it's like, I'm just like your abuela.
Yeah, I was like, "You're not like my abuela, bro." Like, so I don't know who the fuck's abuela you think you're like, but holy shit, this is horrible. Please stop. And like,
you don't need to be that.
You don't.
No one wants that from you.
You're trying too fucking hard, like, and it's gonna start coming off as desperate, really. And it's like, please stop. Just don't. Like, just run your goddamn campaign. Just maintain and let Bernie fuck himself up, really, because that's what's happening with the Bernie Bros. Did we get that on this podcast, or was that the last one?
I think that was the last one.
About the super delegates? Yeah.
Oh no, that was recently.
No, like,
About
but
them
did we
harassing.
get that on this recording, or was it the last
Oh
recording?
yeah, it was on this recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that super delegate
I
shit
think,
is
no, I think
crazy.
Bernie was on Hot 97 in New York last week.
I do remember that. I didn't watch it. I just remembered it. I was like, I'm not watching this, man.
Yeah, I don't even want to. Like, I normally don't ever listen to Hot 97 because I'm not in fucking New York.
It's just something so cringeworthy of watching an old white person try to be hip.
Yeah, like, don't fuck, like, young people do other shit. You don't, like, you're not really welcome in these spaces that you're trying to enter.
It's just so fucking weird. Like, I can't watch them in good faith. It's like, I feel bad for them, and it's cringeworthy, and it's just like, I'm not. But I think they were like asking him what music he listens to and shit like that. Didn't he say NWA?
No, he didn't.
I'm asking.
I didn't watch. I didn't watch it. Bernie doesn't strike me as an NWA fan.
I don't know, man. He did march with MLK.
He was right there when Suge put Eazy over the balcony. Like, you let Dre out of that deal.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like too many politicians. Well, pretty much all politicians, they pander to a degree, but like right now they're just taking it to its logical conclusion. And it's like, please stop right now. Just scale back a bit and just, like, go pander to the white people again or something like that. Fuck. I don't know what to say, because it's just like, you guys are doing way too much.
I don't even know what the answer is. It's just, this isn't it.
It's really not. Like it's cool to use Twitter, like make a cool tweet. Like, don't try to make a meme or use, millennial terminology. Like, it just comes off so fucking weird, because it's like, you're like fucking 90 and shit. They're not that old, but you're basically ancient to us. And it's like, it's like your parents, saying, "Oh, this is lit." Like, oh, don't say that. My mom says lit all the time. That shit annoys the fuck out of me. She
mom
does. Yeah. She'll text me like, "This is so lit." I'm like, "Oh my God, please stop right now." Like, just fucking stop.
Is your mom running for office?
She might as well. She can tell us all that she's like everybody else's abuela. But I mean, like, just every time Clinton and like, it's more Clinton, less Bernie though. That's the weird thing. It's like, I don't think like Bernie doesn't really try to engage people of color that much in that way. Like, I will say that's one thing I kind of like about Bernie is.
But that's the thing, like,
he doesn't engage. Like, I'm not saying I like that he doesn't engage.
Yeah, that's exactly the problem, though. It's like, you have to engage, but don't engage like this.
I was gonna say, like, I did like the way he was, like, those commercials he did for the Hispanic Americans that were living in, I think it was Arizona.
Oh yeah,
I did like that commercial a lot. I like things like that are cool. Unfortunately, they aired on TV, and no millennial watches fucking TV, so that was a waste of time. But
put it up as a YouTube ad.
Yeah, something like that. But like that's the kind of shit that would get me to vote for somebody. Like, you making a hashtag just like your abuela, that's just gonna make me hate you. Like, oh my God, like, kill yourself.
You can't call up Netflix and put up a 10-minute clip.
Don't
be put on the recently added.
Matter of fact, don't even use Netflix at all, because Ted Cruz fucked that up for everybody when he was like, he made a fucking promo that you can Netflix and chill with Ted Cruz.
Oh, see, that's he went too far though. That's the problem. What the fuck, man?
I don't think he understood what it meant. That's why he used it. He just heard like millennials saying it, and so he put on his website, win a day with Netflix and chill with Ted Cruz is what it was called. I was just like, I don't think you know what that means. Like, nobody's gonna enter that fucking contest. No millennial's gonna want to do that with you. But like, that's that disconnect between the millennial generation and the baby boomers. It's like, they don't understand us So they, instead of trying to understand us, they basically just like go on Twitter, find like the coolest hashtag or the coolest phrase, and they plug it into their campaign, and like it comes off so forced and like just try hard, and like it just makes us roll our eyes like, are you fucking serious right now? It backfires every damn time, but they keep doing it. And then one of the reasons is that, you know, their campaign manager is just as old as they are, just as out of touch, and it's just like, fuck. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you got Bernie's campaign manager, who basically owned a comic book store.
He's just slaving. He got slaving to manage his campaign.
Basically,
he can't even show up to our podcast.
It's like, all right, what are your credentials? I own a comic book store. Oh, that's
dope.
Enough. That's enough. You feel the burn.
All right, I think that's enough for this episode.
Yeah, Tristan Walker, give us a call or a tweet or a DM.
Acknowledge us, please, in some form or fashion. You can find us on Twitter. We're SWS Podcast. You go to sowellspoken.com. All our info is up there. Our iTunes link. I haven't put the RSS feed up. Someone hit me up for it once, so I know there must be other people who want it, but it's not up on the website. But I tweet it out every now and then, so follow us on Twitter if you want it, I guess, is what I'm saying. I think that's it. You know, this should be up Sunday, April 10th. And then the next one is the 24th of April.
Wait, so you're about to go edit this right now?
Oh, I don't put it up until like midday when the next day starts, like at 5 p.m.
Oh, let's say, because it is basically the 10th now.
Yeah, it'll be up sometime.
Oh, it's the 10th on my coast. Sorry, it's still only.
Yeah, I still got a couple hours to chill before I start editing.
Oh shit! Word.
Yeah, I'll see you next time, man.
All right.